pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our Father God, we thank you for the rain. Thank you for our members that are gathered here today, and blessings on those who are unable to be here. Thank you. Hello. I've been so busy setting up my props.
I know. Okay. I took the first time, but she took a day off.
Mm-hmm.
To come here to clean my house. Oh no, seriously, I took a day off to clean my house because I couldn't do it any other time.
I know.
So this is what I have to do today.
Should we start with that list?
Yeah. You want to clean my toilet and clean the shower? Okay. Cool.
Let's see, if you run the vacuum cleaner, and you get the dust mop, and you do the dishes.
Yes, we could come over. It could be
That's it.
our service project.
Yeah. For me. And then
Okay.
we get it done, and I can then I can go to the left-hand column and work on all my school stuff.
And we're not even double-digit May yet. Well, welcome today. And welcome, Mindy.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Yeah, thank you. This will be my last meeting. I won't be able to attend next Monday. I'll have to take a vacation day, but
Oh, my. Well, we'll get this meeting called to order. We have a sergeant at arms now. I don't know if you've heard about that, Mindy.
I'm here.
And that's Clifford. Clifford, do you want to explain your responsibilities while I get
Well,
myself a bragging buck?
I'm going to brag about anything, I'm supposed to get $1 from you. That's my job, and I suppose kick anybody out or not. Other things, I don't know what.
Oh, no, we don't kick people out.
I just said it'd be funny.
Yeah.
I wouldn't kick anybody out because we need everybody here.
That's why you're such a good sergeant at arms, because you have that sense of humor.
Well, I gotta have.
Yes, of course, we all do. So here's my buck. I wanted to brag about having gone to the district convention, and I'll share that as my program today. Wow. It was a
You're gonna pay for it,
nice
too.
weekend. Yeah. Okay, should we start with the secretary's report, Lori?
Wait a minute. More money!
Oh, I'm sorry, Leonard. I've been blinded by the light.
Yeah, I know. Being on TV, it's hard on me. We got the Growing Up on a Gravel Road taken off last Saturday. I don't know if any of you were, hopefully were on my list. We're looking for a male reader, a female reader, and a sound effects person. And as usual, I only got one thing, but that's Connie Hammer, or now she's Connie Dallenbach, is going to be the female reader. And Bruce was here Saturday, and Lori's got us one. We're going to interview Catherine Shores for some stories. But his goal is to make kind of a Garrison Keillor-like presentation, but use Pocahontas as a base for it and embellish some of the stories.
And when will that be, Leonard?
Saturday of Heritage Days. So it's at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, $5 admission. And we're having a free meet and greet right after the parade Saturday, hopefully to get people acquainted with him. He has a musician coming from Laverne, Minnesota named Jim Groth, who I looked him up on YouTube, and he's really good. And that's going to be a part of it too. We went to the bar, which of course I would never want to go to a bar otherwise, but we went up to Havelock Bar Saturday afterwards. And his son is married to Amanda Wood, and that's where they met. And he had never been to Al's Bar. And it was just perfect because they had a Kentucky Derby celebration going up there, a whole box full of hats for everybody to wear, and a pool. And it couldn't have gone to a better place with a better crowd to get some stories about the area of Pocahontas. So we had a good day, and it's going to get better. And I'm making tickets now to pass out. It's a little bit of balderdash, but Al's going to sponsor the free meet and greet. Well, there's no charge for it, so he's not sponsoring anything, but we're going to put his name on the cards. But Al treated us really good up there at Havelock, and we got a ton of stories out of it. And with Catherine Shores, another aspect of it. And if any of you are interested, we can record a story about Pocahontas. And be forewarned, it's going to get embellished. So,
So you're taping the stories?
well, we tape the stories so he can read them and then write stories based on what he learns.
Okay.
And then the day of it, we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be on Periscope, and now I blew a few dendrites doing this. I think I'm going to be okay. But I had to change that Catch.me shut down as of May 4th. So I jumped through all the hoops to get qualified. so I can publish over 15 minutes. That was their limit on YouTube. But now this will be starting to, I did a test. I don't know if any of your people looked. I saw there was like 4 views, which 2 of them were probably mine. I don't know. Well, you can tell us how it went Saturday later in the program. But this will now be on YouTube in its own channel. We have a Pokey Rotary channel.
So not through Periscope anymore?
Well, through Periscope Live, but the archive since Catch, see, it was before there was no archive. Then Catch.me shows up, one of the Auslanders that I sell kaleidoscopes to told me about Catch, but then as we discovered when Sabrina was looking a week or 2 ago, that Catch is shutting down. And YouTube is not going to shut down, and they accept this stuff now. So I actually built our own channel on YouTube. So Pokey Rotary has its own YouTube channel. And that's where this will show up today, too.
So that's where you can go to make up your meetings and.
Yeah,
the
either one.
archive.
You can always go, it'll always be on YouTube.
I'll have to watch from
There we go.
Indiana.
Yeah, you
Keep
can
up.
just
keep your membership here.
just keep your membership here.
Oh, I do.
In fact, that's not a joke. I mean, that would be a very good thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, we'd be leading edge. There's a group, Silicon Valley in California does this where they have online members.
Okay.
So you might as well, if you move to Indiana, you don't have to leave our group. How's that?
Would I get like a discount on membership?
No.
But
You don't have
pay for meals.
You don't have to, you can bring your own ham sandwich and sit and watch. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So it's going to cost a lot less because you don't have to pay for food
You mean pancakes and fried pickles?
or whatever.
That's my go-to.
But seriously, stay with us and participate online.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I'll consider it.
All right, thank you. I'm done. Got my buck's worth.
I wanted to add, Princess City Players is in the process of putting together a panel of old timers, and that's what Princess City Players was going to present at 2 o'clock
Right.
during Heritage Day. So I don't know if that's.
No, keep it going.
We
There-
should change
No,
gears.
no, everybody's aware of what, ours is totally different.
Okay.
No, keep doing what you're doing. We've already cleared this with Sarah, is it? That's, yeah, everybody knows what's going on. We were aware of that. Actually, we had our plan anyway, but it doesn't, yours is a whole different show than ours is.
I talked to Joan about it too. I think yours sounds really cool. I think that's
Yeah, don't change a thing. We're all fine.
Well,
But we did have to change one of our times to work around, so,
Okay.
our
Does that
shows-
work okay?
yeah, ours will be less than an hour in both cases.
Hello, Jack.
Or our case is less than an hour, so if they want, they can go to ours at 1 and yours at 2 and ours at 4. And the morning thing is just a meet and greet, so no problems.
Okay.
And don't change a thing.
Okay. Well, we have a meeting tonight,
Okay,
so
yeah.
talk with him about it. We have an opening headliner, the father of Connie Hammer Dallenbach, and he has auditioned this morning, and he's been accepted as our headliner. He's written a poem, and if any of you know Louis Hammer, you can imagine how delightful his poem is. And I'll give you the theme of his poem, and that is imaginary friend. So when he was a youngster, he had an imaginary friend, and he tells the story of the imaginary friend.
Well, he's not the only one.
That's what he thought. Maybe we should have a little kinship meeting. We'll have an after talk.
Well,
We'll
when
have
you're-
those with
when you're able to
imaginary
read by
friends.
yourself, you gotta have imaginary helpers.
Yep.
He's an amazing man.
Yes, yes. He's what, 93 maybe?
95, Connie said.
95. But it was funny for me because I was gone to the convention. I came home and there were 3 messages on the answering machine from Louis. And I go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, early in the morning to cardiac rehab just to have as an exercise program. And I finished my 45 minutes of exercise and was sitting there having a glass of water to cool down, and I hear this voice from around the corner, "Is Helen in here?" And of course the nurse is saying, "Oh yes," and he says, "Well, I've got to talk to her." So he came in and he said, "I want to run this by you." And I said, "Well, would you like a chair?" No. In fact, I need a stool. No stool. Yeah, but a chair. All right. So then he goes through the whole thing there at cardiac rehab. So we all voted yes. That's great. So I guess we're on our way.
Good.
That would be our commitment.
He is small in stature, so he needs a stool.
No, the stool was for his
Yeah, I know.
Where's imaginary
friend.
person?
Oh,
Oh,
You got that right away.
Yes.
Oh,
hugs at him as he comes in, the imaginary friend. It's great. Okay, Lori, we'll get serious now.
Okay, last week we discussed other groups joining us for Heritage Days underneath the tent. It was discussed that bringing in a group to partner with them, or now it's been discussed to bring in another partner that makes lemonade. The group feels that we should not partner, as it would be our responsibility if there's a problem. So this was tabled until this week when more members were present. Mindy's last day will be May 20th, what we just found out will be today. Mindy talked about moving away and discussed a meeting that will be held at the library May 10th from 10 to 2 p.m. regarding Google. Jake Houghton mentioned interest in joining Rotary. Jake works at the new United Bank of Iowa. He had stated at an earlier meeting that he wanted to get started settled in before joining the club, and that's all I had on that.
Was he in attendance last week?
No, Mindy brought it up, sorry. I better
we
put
have
Mindy
a
to
program
discuss.
next week.
Yep, I have a program next week. Kelly Jetson will be here. She's running for auditor, so she's going to come and talk about what she can do for us, I guess.
Well, maybe I'll stop by the bank and see if he'd like to come to Rotary Monday, since we're having a special program.
Yeah.
I haven't met him yet.
Today I'm going to scoot out at 12:30 because we didn't get ready
Oh,
for
she's got to get her
Yeah,
cake all
I'm
done.
getting nervous, so. Like this
She's
big
got to get this all worked out. She never worked at a restaurant before.
Never in my life.
Are there any additions, corrections to the secretary's report? Oh, I say standing approved as read. Treasurer's report? Dennis?
1533, including what I have not taken to the bank yet.
Are we all caught up with dues? Dennis, is there?
I still owe,
I think I still owe.
and I got a bill, so
That's okay then.
I don't remember if I paid.
I still have a net due after the bills.
No, yeah, there's, we got about 2 yet.
And our Rotary year in the end of June, so we have about 6 weeks. So just as a reminder, because the Rotary year ends the end of June, you'll have just that 6 weeks time if you're inclined to contribute to Polio Plus. I think I set as a goal $100 from our club to do that. So I'll check that sometime next month. I have not contributed yet, so I intend to do that. The foundation, also, the calendar year ends in 6 weeks, so if you haven't contributed to the foundation and have a desire to do that, you can either send a check with your information to John Last, or you can contribute online. Are the two ways you can do that. I think perhaps there's a third if you wanted money deducted from your salary. And I don't think we've ever done that here at our club. That would be another way of doing it.
More the better.
One of the modules at the convention historically, and again this time, was from Michelle Bell, who's our foundation chairperson. And she said there is still money available for our grants that are district-wide, as well as money available for the global grants. The problem with the global grants is that you have to have a district wherever your money goes, Rotary club that's the receiving club, so you have to partner with them. So it isn't like you've gone to Africa and you see a great need in the back country and there's a little village there. There has to be a Rotary club in that little village to partner with. But Leonard, one of the things I was thinking of, since there's a still money in the district grant fund, maybe that's something that our Legends of the Great Plains should look at in terms of the pillars here in our community. There is a match, and I think it's a 50-50 match, so I'll have to look into that. I think the grant timeline is also the end of June, and then the new year starts July 1st, with Sabrina as our president. So I'll look into that and then I'll report back next week if that's acceptable to you. If we have the dance in November, maybe that money could be used. You could call that a Rotary Foundation event, which will match up with what all of the Rotary clubs are charged to do. Charged to do, which is to have a one foundation event. Unless you've thought of an event already, Sabrina.
Not yet. My event was the dance, and we're already doing that.
Moving towards that. Yeah. Okay. Well, you and I can partner with that then. Let's talk a little bit then about Heritage Days and the food. A couple of weeks ago when we talked about that, we reviewed last year's concern on the part of the health inspectors, and that was that kitchens that prepared the food had to be certified kitchens. So that left Jack and Cody's kitchen out of the running. And Sabrina, you thought there might be a possibility of you helping us with that, and then Lori, you thought maybe your kitchen at Arlington Place could do the beans. Is that still okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yep, we're still good to do the pork loins.
Okay. So if we purchase the pork loin, then will there be an additional fee for you to prepare it?
I don't think so. I'll talk to Tim. I think we were just going to cook it here because we could cook it here because we're, we're licensed. But I don't think we were.
Can we just put your restaurant on it so we don't need to pay?
Advertisement?
Well,
we don't want to take away from Rotary though.
yeah. Well, I think when we have our ads, we certainly want to recognize both Family
Both of them,
Table and
yeah.
Arlington Place as our partners.
Arlington Place for the beans and this for the pork.
Could I have a tentative show of hands of who's going to be available that weekend?
Oh, I suppose I will.
And
Which
that
one is it?
weekend is June
24th and 25th.
24th and 25th.
I think we are. Just a minute. I can see what the
You can
secretary.
There's possibility, but that's also the weekend of my reunion, so,
Well, that's great. You better go to that.
well, sometimes I go. But, so I might be able to, and I might not. I'll know when it gets closer.
Jack, will you be available?
Yeah, I should be here.
Okay, Cody?
Okay, I'm
No.
free. I'll put my hand up.
No, I haven't. I'm living in Minnesota.
Okay. Dennis?
Okay.
Lori?
I think I'll be able to.
And I don't know if there's any Interact students that might help us.
Will
I
you do
wrote
it?
it, yeah, I wrote it on my list. You'll probably be able to get kids, you won't get me. I'll be in England.
Wow.
Okay.
But you'll get kids.
Okay, and will they have their either dessert or root beer floats? Did they talk about that?
Didn't we talk about root boats?
I think so.
What was that now?
They're going to do the Interact Club.
Yeah, but what kind of drinks?
Root beer floats.
Oh, Red Bull. She said it so fast I couldn't understand what she said.
So, and then Interact, you just have to purchase the ice cream and root beer. That's it.
The cups.
Cups.
Oh,
I
wonderful.
already put my hand up.
Oh, my goodness, thank you.
I have your report on the Interact group real quick before you have to go. So you were at the last meeting and you heard the first part of the meeting where we kind of had to have a talk with the kids about following through with stuff. Well, because of that meeting, we had 3 kids quit. Though me and Katie did talk and we felt that it's for the best because we feel these 3 kids are the ones that brought a lot of the drama to the club and they were the ones that would sign up and maybe not follow through with stuff. So they felt that they were called out on even though we didn't say any names during that meeting. So and we had the vice president, that was gonna be for next year to step up for the remainder of this year. Because one of them was an officer that quit. So, we don't feel, I guess, we don't feel that what we told them was wrong, because they have to understand that if they all say that they're gonna do something when they back out last minute, it's hard to proceed with the task. And that's what we were trying to get across. So, I'm just gonna make, I just wanted to make it aware that we did have 3 students quit, but we did talk, and we did feel that it would be beneficial for the club.
So we're down to 16 now?
How many are we down?
18.
No, 18.
18, but
Oh,
only,
you were up to 21, huh?
yeah.
And how many seniors then will be leaving?
4 plus 1, Mallory's leaving, but she's not a senior. So, we'll be left with 12.
But with new recruitments coming in next year too.
There'll be a lot of new
And
ones.
how will you do that? How will
Well,
you recruit?
the recruit, we gotta talk about it yet, but I don't wanna go by essays. I strongly feel that anybody can write an essay and make it sound good, but showing that you're actually gonna show up and do is what matters. Especially when it's a service club, because you're devoting your time to do this. And so we have to figure out how to get recruits. I already know Brianne's gonna join, my daughter, because she's already started helping this year. But maybe that might be something that needs to be brought up on the next
Maybe
meeting.
she's got a friend or two. Her daughter might have a friend or two who wanted to join her.
I have my ideas.
I bet you do. I'm not
Yeah.
saying a word, but,
Yeah,
but,
I've got an idea what we're gonna do.
okay.
But then the kids, but it's up to them, it's their club, it's not.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Yeah, I think that's the most important
Important thing.
aspect of the
Take
club.
away from them.
Yes, is
Let
that
them-
they run their club.
let them run it and then we get their friends come up and,
So, at the next meeting, that should be maybe on the agenda, because they already got election officers, so.
And that went okay? Election of officers.
Unexpected, but we're gonna have to deal.
Do you want to share with the group who the students are? Some of us know students, and so it'd be nice to know their leadership.
President is Lindsay Hubble. Vice president, don't remember. Secretaries are Addie Dutcher and Elizabeth Rickey. And the treasurer is Bonnie Pratt. So that must mean the vice president must have been Michaela. No. That sounds funny though. I don't remember. She sent an email. I can't remember. Okay, vice president.
While she's looking that up, is there anything else about Heritage Days? And you can bring tables again then,
Yeah,
Mary
we could
Clifford?
yeah, we bring tables.
And the rotary wheel with its accompanying.
Well, I got,
Ladder.
if I don't forget it this time on that camp, and 2 days later, but they brought it back.
Oh, the.
Riley Eisenberg, because she stepped up, finished out the remainder of this year.
So did we decide just to have the Rotary food booth then, or are we starting spots? Is there someone else, a different group for Heritage Days?
Yeah, initially, Deb from the Pocahontas Auxiliary had asked about partnering with us to have lemonade, but we had talked quite a long time ago about Interact working with us at our booth.
Okay.
And then when they decided they wanted to do root beer floats, it didn't seem reasonable to have lemonade in addition to what they were doing. So,
Okay.
kind
So
of,
it'll just be Rotary and Interact.
yes, and I've talked to Deb.
Okay, I'll make sure to include
And I did let Sarah know.
Oh, okay. And then, did Deb want to do anything, or?
I think she was going to talk with them again. She's got, the auxiliary is planning an event Thursday night, which is a painting class, and then they're going to have snacks and things along with the painting class. Do you know anything about that, Cody?
The painting?
Yeah. Is it a virtual painting? I know you have to register online for it.
Well, I'm not sure which one this is, but yes, they've been coming around and they do them sometimes at bars and different venues.
Uh-huh.
Each one.
Is this the Okoboji thing?
individual. That's what I'm thinking.
They're
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
We had
I've
them
done
at the Art Walk.
Oh, did you?
They did 2 sets, one for adult and one for kids at the bowling alley for the Art Walk. Yeah, they're really
I
good.
did that one was fun.
Yeah, they're really good.
So you register, I think if you do a Google search for virtual painting, is that the name of it?
No, it's,
In Des Moines, they're called Wine and Canvas, is that it?
they got a,
That's not this.
boy, it isn't
This
virtual.
one is creative something, isn't it?
Creative Spirits.
Creative
That's correct.
Spirit,
That's correct.
okay.
I was trying to think.
So if you Google Creative Spirits, it's an organization out of Okoboji.
And they have other venues, so make sure you say Okoboji too.
Okay, and it's
If that's the
Thursday
one.
here, which is the 11th, is that the date, Thursday? What's the date? Yeah,
Thursday's the 12th.
12th.
This is Friday the 13th.
Yes, that's right, thank you. Back up.
She's gonna sign in the test that day.
And they're doing it where?
Out at the hospital. So if you have anyone that's interested at Arlington, they're still taking reservations as of this morning when I talked to you. Okay, maybe if you're between bites, we can have you give us a report of how Interact is going. And maybe you could sit over here so we can get you
Oh, I
there.
could go like this.
I like that.
Does that work?
There we got you.
Okay. I think it's going well. There was that blip last week with the drama with the kids dropping out, but that's created tension among everyone. The president, who was friends with all of them, has lost 3 friends because of it. And now I have the tension. I teach 2 of the 3 kids in class, and we're fighting during class. It's really bizarre, but I only have them for 12 more days, so it doesn't matter. 10 more days. What can you do? We were really busy every single day after school for 2 solid weeks. We had something every single day. And the furthest we've gone is Lorenz and Gilmore City to go do things. And I posted some things on Facebook of people who have we've gone to. They've taken pictures of the event and then posted it on their wall, whom have since shared it, and it's kind of gotten out there. So there's a couple really nice things that they've said, and the kids like it. They really, I let them go at whatever they want to, and I just hope that they show up, and they have been lately, which is good. This week we're supposed to go wash windows in Fonda tomorrow night, but I think I'm gonna cancel that because it's raining and it's really far away.
It's just too far.
Well, I'll probably go by myself some night and just go do it for her, but for the kids, that's kind of far for them. But there is one girl that lives down in Fonda, so that would be easy because she could just swing by Fonda, help me out, and then go home because her home is like 5 minutes away. But this week is kind of dull. We don't have much going on. It's also the last 2 weeks of school, so we've got school as in like quarter 4 before we hit May term.
And is May term just the week then, the final week?
May term is the last 10 full days of school,
Oh, 2 weeks then.
basically.
Well, 10 days.
Yep. And we're kind of on the DL right now because of semester tests, because that's when the bulk of teachers are giving a semester test this week and next week. So I don't want to overwhelm them with taking them out of classes or making them go to something after school because they need to be studying. We've got Saturday, we're doing an I-STEP event in Albert Park at 9:30 a.m. And
What is that?
we're gonna go around and look at all the cigarette butts on the ground and put electric flagpoles, like, you know, the electric little flags?
Little red flags on a wire.
Yeah. And mark each cigarette butt that we find and then step back and see how much is littering our public parks. Leave it up for a day and then return
So
on
this will be a
Sunday.
photo op and maybe an article in the paper?
Yep,
Wonderful.
most likely. And then Sunday we're gonna return to a place in Pomeroy that we did yard work at. We spent 4 grueling hours working one afternoon. That was the day that no one showed up, that I had to call out for the community to come help. I didn't get anyone though.
So how many did that for 4 hours?
There were some Interact kids that ended up coming eventually. I had to kind of swing by their homes to go pick them up.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I don't know how many I had. I think there were 7 of us. And Sabrina, her daughter helped. She was one of the 7. But we have to return to Pomeroy to go. It's a sad place. It's really, she let it go, and it's now she can't do anything about it. I think she's having a tough time convincing others to help her with it. So that's
Do
why
you
we're
think something could be said in the community, Cody, that if they have a date, that some community folk might turn out?
I would wonder
What about what?
if some people from the community might.
Is that
come
Peppy
and help
group
you
still there?
at
Well,
the same-
see, I've tried and I haven't heard anything. I've reached out to the people my age in my community, nothing. I've reached out to young professionals, nothing. So I'm not gonna go any further.
What
Well,
about,
There
thinking
is a group in Pomeroy that does a little bit of betterment type
they used to, are they?
things. I don't know if they
Well, Marcia
still
Ain
are
would be
or
the
not.
one to talk to.
Do you
Is
have
this
a-
daytime you're doing this or evening?
Well, it depends. I mean, it all depends. It's after school. Sometimes it's the weekends because we can't do it after
Yeah.
school. So I have to.
I would
expect the
rec,
kids
they
to
call
was
them,
this what was it you were doing?
yard work,
And it was in Palmer or Pomeroy?
Pomeroy.
yeah, the Peppy group, if they still, well, they were still around. Marcia Ain at the library would be a good contact.
Well, if you give me, once you arrive at the date, send me an email, if you will, and then I
Sunday.
can get in touch with Cody.
Sunday 1
And
a.m.
if I'm available, I'll help you.
Oh my god. You realize how huge this yard is and that the kids have chainsaws? I mean, it's,
Oh my
it's,
gosh. Well, then I better involve my husband as well with his chainsaw.
it's big. It's a lot of
Do you
work.
remember the name?
Of the lady? Melanie, stop.
How big is the lot?
A couple acres.
Oh,
And she's paying
A
for
lot of
it?
fallen trees. That's where the no, it's not maplewood. It's walnut. That's where the walnut's at.
Huh.
There's some really nice walnut that's cut down. So you just gotta find someone to haul it and you can
Well,
have it.
see, I'm too old, it'll never dry before I die. Seriously.
It's been sitting there for a year, but I can
Yeah,
see.
you want 1 year per inch.
Well, it's gonna take you your lifetime.
Yeah. I said, I'll die before it's ready.
Yeah.
You know, I get that offer all the time, and I always turn people down for that very reason.
Yeah. No,
It's,
it's
how big of logs are they in diameter? Or diameter? Oh, really
Diameter.
big?
About a foot and a half.
You might talk to Scandinavian Wood, well, it used to be Scandinavian Wood Mill, now it's Grizzly Wood Mill, you can look them up online. They might take it off your hands.
maybe it's a fundraiser if it's valuable walnut.
It might. I mean,
Where
talk Grizzly, if you can't find them, email me and I'll find them for you.
Okay.
They're down by Slifer.
Where?
Slifer, which is a little town which nobody knows about. They're south of Barnum, if that helps.
Little known town.
A little known town, with no bar or church. They lost it all,
Are they incorporated still?
I think, but I really don't know.
Do you want to run through some of the activities that Interact has participated in?
Well, we do the cans every other week. The
And
first and third week of.
And that's that big can then?
Yep.
That's beside
And all the money
recycling?
goes to fireworks or Heritage Days. Otherwise, no one would do it. However, I do have one juvie kid that needs help, so he's going to do it. And then we do yard work. We wash windows. We go to the Heinz Center and serve lunch. We go to the Manor in Arlington to play bingo. I think that's kind of what we do.
Have you turned anyone down?
Yes, Relay for Life, we had to turn them down. I asked them, we've been approached to do Relay for Life, do you want to help out? And it was kind of quiet, and I said, are we going to do it? And they said no, so I'm going to have to turn them down. Reminds me of their, send them, you know.
And you guys did the Adopt a Highway for Earth Day.
Yep.
For ladies that came, did a great job. I think I told you that, didn't I? Or did I just talk to you beforehand?
This beforehand.
I picked up a lot of garbage.
They said that they had fun. They came back with their vests and
Yeah.
donated them to me, so now I have them.
Yeah. I think we picked up like 6 huge bags of trash.
Oh,
Wow.
did they help with the garden show too?
Garden
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
extravaganza, yep, they did that. A lot of setting up expo centers. We've done that a couple times.
They're probably like experts now.
Yeah,
How
we
it all
know.
works.
You just gotta tell us what to do and be nice about it, and we'll do it. We had one lady that didn't say please, didn't say thank you. We'll never do her. We're never gonna go back to her. That's unfortunate. You have to have, as a community member, you have to show the kids that you care, show the kids your manners. Otherwise, they notice, and then they start treating you like that, and you're like, no. That's just because they do that to you doesn't mean you turn around and do it to them.
Good
So
for
I
you.
learned a lot of life skills with that.
Good for you.
Now, the school, do they ever dismiss students if they don't have a class to go?
We did for the
Their
Heinz Center.
cooperative?
Yep, we've only done that twice. We went and served lunch there, and the kids loved it. They had so much fun. Because the people that show up, you know, they're still with it. They love to play cards with us. They play bingo, and they talk about all their stories and everything. It's a little bit more difficult to go to the Manor in Arlington. It is just a little bit more difficult. But the girls or the boys still like going, and they would like to return again to the Heinz Center to serve lunch. The thing is it's finals week, and it's May.
Yeah.
And
They're gonna be busy in school.
yeah, we're a little swamped
Yeah.
with school stuff. So.
And we still haven't gotten that certificate.
That's so bizarre. I was supposed to send you a letter. No, I was supposed to send you an address. I still have that email.
Okay.
I'm a little behind on email, about a
Yeah.
solid month or two.
Oh. Well, if you think about that, send me her contact information and I'll follow up this week and I'll just tell her.
I know I sent it to International.
Yes.
What are they, in Indianapolis? No.
Uh,
I don't know. Where's International?
RI is in Chicago,
Chicago? Then I must have sent it to Chicago.
Evansdale.
Evansdale.
I know exactly where the address is at, so I can look it up.
And did you ever get an email address from them, or it's just everything was handled snail mail?
Everything so far has been handled snail mail. You know what? I'll add it to my to-do list and make some phone calls today.
Well, I'll make the phone calls if you just give me one person to contact, or one way to contact, and then I'll follow up.
Okay.
Probably what I can do is just go into our directory, our international directory, and there'll be someone I can contact by
Okay,
phone at
someone that you can
Evansdale.
get directed to who's in
Yes.
charge of filing
Well, and
Interact.
we have a district interact coordinator, Neil Fell, I think is his name. So I can get his email and I could start with him. But I'll work on that this week and see if we can.
Okay.
And we talked about having an ice cream social as a way to present that to him, or to them. And then having Lowell Stuhlman, our assistant governor, come up. And there
What
is,
is that?
pardon?
Ice cream social, that's it? What does that mean?
Well, we'll do that once the Interact gets their certificate. That'll be our official recognition.
Okay. We're having next Wednesday, the whatever. 18th is our last meeting with the seniors, and so we're going to go through awards.
Oh.
We'll go through the meeting like always,
Uh-huh.
and then we're gonna have awards and certificate. We've purchased certificates because we don't have them, so we had to purchase them, and we'll give out those certificates to the
Oh,
students.
okay.
And I I've got some things that I still wanna purchase, like a plaque for the president, or a plaque for the most service hours,
Good
or
idea.
something like that.
Would you like us to just furnish the ice cream so she'll do it then, whether we get the big certificate or not?
Yeah, we could, that was gonna be a potluck, I haven't told the kids yet, but it's gonna be potluck. Yeah. We're gonna have a potluck and have everyone bring in stuff and eat.
And then we could do the hurrah dessert.
Hurrah for dessert, yeah. That means that I can tell the kids, no, don't bring any desserts.
Yeah.
That'll be good, because last time it was 7/8 desserts, so they don't have the concept of when you bring something to a potluck and you sign up, you have to bring that item and not the dessert.
Hey, it's church cookbooks under casseroles.
They-
And salads, casseroles and salads.
They don't know that. But the other idea I had for that meeting was every Interact member who attends has to bring a friend.
Well, that's a good
That
idea.
was the idea that I had thought
But
about.
you didn't bring that up when we.
Very-
Yes,
That's
that's
good.
a wonderful idea.
But I don't, but again, it's up to the kids, and it's up to Noah, if that's what he wants. And he's swamped with school, so,
Sure.
because he's graduating, he's gotta pass some classes first.
What time on the 18th is that?
And it's gonna be at 3:30.
Well, Noah is working as a waiter as well.
Right, yeah, he's got
Yeah.
a lot on his plate
Yeah.
now, and, you know, doing the graduation party, which stresses people out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But that's all on my end,
Okay.
so it took a while.
I wondered if, now that the year is coming to an end, if we could, as a Rotary group, place an ad in the paper listing all of the activities of the Interact and how proud we are of what you've accomplished.
I was
this
gonna
year.
put an article in the paper.
Well, we'd like to put an ad.
Oh, an ad?
We'll support the newspaper and
Yeah, that helps Chris.
a nice ad, yeah.
Helps
And he
Chris write a
helps.
bigger article.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but an article would be great as well, so.
Because if I personally write the article, I still have to pay for every word, wouldn't I?
No,
No,
No.
an article
Oh.
you don't pay
You
for.
can do a press release, that's what I do.
yeah. Yeah, you won't have to pay for it, but if we help support, it works out well. If we buy an ad, Chris will put whatever you want in there.
And in our ad, we would just have a listing. of
There's
the
no
activities.
cost in, excuse me.
Well, I don't mind the cost, I mean, I wanna support the record Democrats, so I don't mind paying.
Oh, no, I think an article would be great, and
Yeah,
then you
just-
could talk about this year's leaders and
Yeah,
next year's.
send all you want and don't worry about the cost and the ad will cover it. Chris will be happy with that.
Yeah,
There's no cost either for a letter to the editor, I don't believe.
no, no.
But an article would look much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Letters to editors mean someone's mad.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, so would that
Just
cover?
an article and pictures and Chris is
Yes,
wonderful.
pictures.
But that's how he makes his living, so he can afford the article is by people buying ads, so good idea, yeah.
And then after the meeting, we were gonna walk down to the edge of town. There's a Rotary
Oh, yes.
symbol out there,
Yeah.
even though we're not Rotary, we were gonna go stand by it.
But you are Rotary.
You're
Because
Rotary.
you're official, yes. We claim you.
And that's the picture that's gonna go in the paper.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yes, please do.
Well, and we would want that event for all of us to wear our Rotary shirts. And I do have Rotary pins for everyone, this year's pins. You were
How'd
having this
you
year's.
get those?
The governor, of course. The district governor.
Did you go up to him and ask?
Yeah.
Good, then we're covered. That's all I needed is certificate, a pin, and then I'll buy plaques and then we're done.
Yeah.
Good, because I was worried about the pins. 'cause I
No,
have
got the
pins.
pins.
So I'm sure you know this with the plaques, like the laser group at the school, they make really nice ones for $10.
Oh.
That's where we do.
And Leonard does too, don't you, Leonard?
Well, mine aren't nice, not like the schools. I just do carved wood or vinyl. No, the school's laser stuff would be much better.
Oh, geez, yeah, you're right. I work there, and that even crossed my mind.
Like, they're
That would
really
save
nice
me
and
on
affordable.
shipping. I would be paying through the
They
Rotary.
should give you a special deal too.
Yeah, maybe
Who,
we
the
should.
kids?
For the
Do you want their email address, like the?
I can go talk.
Okay.
Great idea. Oh, we're gonna miss you so. Oh.
I'm definitely
I
gonna do
hope
that.
the next person
They
comes
can
along and helps us.
laser any design.
Oh, thanks.
They can laser any design on anything.
Well, then the Rotary.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It would be Interact.
Yes, you're
Interact.
Interact. You've got your own logo.
If you're having, if you gotta sign in with a username to get a graphic, but let me know and I'll get you a graphic. for Interact. I mean, they got it.
The official one.
Official one, yeah. But you have to have a username and password to get their graphics, but I'll get you a graphic.
Okay.
Let me know what you need.
So it'd be electronic and then they can just transfer it
Right.
onto their material.
I don't even know what to put it on. Normally, plaques you see is with the brown back with the gold plate.
And maybe they wouldn't want anything that large. Or maybe
Yeah, like
just
the
a,
$10 ones are this big. I don't know how much like that size would be.
but
I
can you
have-
think of something, well, Leonard, you could
Well,
come
they
up
have
with something.
they have a material that they laser. It's got a coating with gold underneath. For example, this would look good in our case. It's got a blue marble-like coating that they carve through to show gold, and so that would be the colors.
But couldn't you just glue that onto a small piece of wood that could just be placed on a desk or something?
Yeah, but I bet they have access to
To plaques like that?
plaques like that. That's robot. I mean, I got a robot, but he's really slow. It would take him a month to make that many plaques.
Oh,
Oh, I have plaques. It'd be 2 plaques. It'd be a president plaque.
Oh, two?
Yeah.
Well, I could carve you a base for free. If you just want a nice base with a kind of a edge
Then
and
I'll have to
shape.
come in and look at designs. And
Yeah,
then
that
I'll-
sounds
Then
good.
I can look at the designs. They
on
put.
your day off, Katie.
There in your free
Oh, I'm not
time.
gonna do it today. It'll be after school.
In your free
No
time.
room on the list.
I mean, I'd do it for free. I could carve it. I've done this. I just carve, names in it, but it's not as pretty as what they could do at school. But free's a good price.
But you could furnish the plaque that.
Oh, I
those
can make,
places.
yeah. If it's only a couple of them, not a problem. Like that thing there, I could carve all the wood, and then if you want something on top of it, somebody else is going to have to do that, or I can carve in the wood itself.
So it could be, they could do a logo and then they could do the in appreciation or whatever you're
Yeah.
going to have.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've got designs. I've got a book of
Well, come
rotary stuff.
Well,
Come-
but
come talk,
Leonard will get you that.
Yeah, come talk. We'll figure something out, and maybe send you to the school for a little bit. of it.
Okay.
But I can make you the back. If it's only a couple, no problem. But it's
you,
like
Lynn.
that's like to carve that wood on my robot is about 2.5 hours. But I don't have to supervise it, so it's not a big deal.
Not to interject, but the Laser Club, they have those already like cut out that they can
Yeah.
do it on. So to give
Yeah.
Leonard some extra
And
time.
that's whatever. I don't care. But yeah, you might be. Mindy's right. You might be best just doing it all through them.
Yeah.
But if not, there's your backup.
Yeah, you're right. There you go. There's the backup.
I'll send a picture of the chamber ones we've done to you.
Okay, yeah, just take a
Do you have her
snapshot.
email address?
Yep.
Could I have a motion for placing an ad in the paper regarding the internet and the activities?
Regarding the what? Internet?
The Interact activities.
Interact, you mean.
Yes, not internet. Thank you.
I so
Jen-
moved.
I'll second it.
Mary, Clifford, second. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Why can't our meetings go this smooth? Oh my gosh. It's like
Because they're
it's
so
like herding
kids.
kittens. I mean, they're just like, whoa.
They're still kids.
Oh my
They're
God.
not old people.
Oh my God.
I did want to mention though, even though Sabrina had a different idea or was not in favor of what was done before that was so successful, I think you're charged with figuring that out. You're not under obligation to do it.
I agree.
Enough said. Anything else about Interact? We're just so proud of you. and
Yes, thank you,
I
Katie.
can't tell you how fortunate we are to have you. You are our hero.
And grateful.
Yeah, this is a hard. I mean, I think that's no offense to anyone in this community, but that's the only reason why I'm staying is because of this club.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, what a tribute
I
to
got a
your
pink slip.
commitment.
I got a pink slip, and I was told that I'm not going to have a job next year.
Oh no.
That just gives me goosebumps.
So, but the contracts came out. It's full contract, so I'm staying.
How many got pink slips? Because they referenced that in the newspaper and it sounded like a lot.
5 to 7, and I only know myself and 3 others, 4 others.
So was it because Lorenz was going to have the pink slip that Pocahontas did the same?
There's just some controversy with some things. So, yeah.
That sounds like another program, doesn't it?
That's more like a
Aren't you
gossip
interested
session.
in that,
With the
Heather?
camera off.
I know, it's like.
I can hit the red button. Oh, wow.
So you're saying that you now re-have a job, or you still have a
The
pink?
pink slip was a warning saying that
Oh.
if you could get diminished down to 7/8 time, and it's like, who wants a 7/8 time position?
How petty is
But,
that?
but you're reinstated.
But then they,
It's not
they
7/8 time next year for
no, it's a
them?
full time.
Okay.
So the pink slip is now null and void.
Okay,
How
good.
did that happen? How do you get it null and void?
They just say they put me through a month of stress and then change their mind.
You always do that.
Welcome to the real world, huh, Laurie.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't
Oh,
do
man.
that
Still
with your
have gotten
staff.
your insurance?
Oh, I think everybody does it with me.
You will.
If you give a pink slip, there's no coming back. huh?
To get that insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I know, yeah, because at my age, I have to have it.
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna hold out from my parents for
Mhm. Yeah.
6 more months, and then I'm gonna have to get my own by law.
I can't imagine.
So program next week will be Sabrina, and then I'll check with the fellow at the bank to see if he would consider coming as our guest. Laura, you and I are going again for the theater. Seems like
This
we just
Wednesday?
did, no, not till the 18th.
Oh, okay.
Seems
Perfect,
like we
because we're
just-
taking our residents to the movie on the 19th, so I can preview it.
Or you want to bring them the night you're working, then just bring it all
Well, I told them I was going on the 19th with them, so this works out even better, so.
Okay. Thank you for helping with that.
Back to the internet for your thing, you need ice cream in toppings, is that?
No, are we gonna have banana splits?
We could have banana splits as well, as an ice cream social.
So
Well, I
next,
know, but, you're gonna have to get good bananas for that. I mean, sometimes Woods don't have, good bananas.
We'll have you in charge of picking.
Oh, come on now.
Him and I don't get along very good.
We'll figure that out. But yeah, I think toppings and bananas,
I'm just kidding.
maybe a couple kinds of ice cream.
what do you want me to furnish?
I've got about 4 different varieties I make.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
how much does it cost us?
I can provide it.
Wow, I have had his ice cream.
Yeah, they're good. I had a
Amazing.
How much are we looking at, though?
well, now there's only 18 kids, and not all 18 will even show
Yeah,
up.
but my freezer is a 4-cup freezer. And I imagine a kid can go through a couple of cups of ice cream easily.
4 cups. That's like,
That's not much.
Each kid would have a cup, maybe for a student.
Well, we're gonna
Or
have
maybe
to-
you
have
can
to
bring
do
some
5
and then we can
batches.
have some.
We can go
too.
50-50 with him.
Well, you just bring what you feel comfortable.
We can
and
get
we'll
a
get
couple
of
gallons
them.
to put in there.
so are you guys all coming to
What
this
is this?
meeting?
Yeah.
No, we got
So
to.
then where do we, okay, normally it's in my classroom, do we need to move it to somewhere else, to the commons? So it can accommodate everyone?
When is this, so I can have stuff prepared if I'm going to?
Wednesday the 18th at 3:30.
3:30.
I'm sorry, I have to get going.
Well, thanks for coming.
Could we take a picture before you leave with the certificate? Oh, wait, anybody have an iPhone? I
I
don't
could take a picture of the phone.
Yeah, let me grab somebody to do that with us.
Oh, I can take the picture, because I'm not in this.
What?
I can take
Yeah, you should be.
You're
Oh,
in
no.
it, you're in it 100%.
I haven't paid my dues.
I don't care. We got another month yet.
Isn't there like a minimum age on this?
Oh, really?
No, I can take the picture.
Oh, okay. I guess she'll take a picture.
We want to put it in there,
Oh,
don't
sorry, I
we?
have it on there.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Okay.
We want you in the picture, Katie.
Oh, geez, okay.
You
I
got-
might,
you got a
We'll
minute?
close this.
I got a few.
Here, Doc.
Are we lining up here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, where would be best?
fine.
One of these bags.
I will move.
Got
She's
everything.
got everything, so that's kind of why because mine, it's not even working.
Okay, should we stand up over here then, and we'll have a couple of people
At this point.
seated? Maybe Lindy sit and Katie sit?
I'll stand in the back. I'll get back there with Doc. Him and I get
But
along
we
well.
should be like this.
Yeah.
I don't know how well it will.